Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical, and welcome back to episode 13 of Minecraft Bedrock Edition. We're back, guys. We're back, and this is going to be the first major episode we've had in a couple of weeks. I want to get a lot done today. The first thing that we're going to be working on, I got to gather a bunch of materials and stuff around. I got to kind of get everything together. I've been gone for a while, so I'm going to try to gather some stuff up. But just before I left, I was trying this out. So I wanted to try out some sort of gradient going down the mountain here, leading from grass to coarse dirt to a few different colors of terracotta into stone and then cobble at the bottom. And I sent this to Austin and Trent. I think we all agreed that it looked pretty good. It looks very natural, but it just adds the slightest bit of color, I think, to it. So I'm going to extend this all the way from about right at the edge of that little building there that Trent built, all the way around this way to at least where that stone ends right there. Or at least over here for now. I just want to get it down a ways. So I'm going to work on that. There's a little banner guy over there trapped under the pier. You just see a little banner moving around. It's cool. But other plans that we have today are, we've obviously got to work a bit on our shop over here. I've gathered about 6 shulker boxes of sand over at the island. And I'm also gathering some gravel, and I'm going to get some terracotta as well, because I want to sell, I don't just want to sell wool here. Basically what I'm going to do is wool, carpet, banners, and beds and stuff are all going to be free. However many of those you need, you can just take them because I'm basically getting them free here. We're also going to sell other colored items though, such as dyes and terracotta and concrete and glass. And those things take time and resources to actually make. So I'm going to charge for those. That's kind of be our money maker. Whereas the rest of the stuff is going to be free. But I'm trying to stockpile a bit of, I've got a bunch of gravel that I've collected here. I need to get a little bit more as well. I'm trying to gather as much materials as I can so that when the shop is up and running, we have the resources that we need to fill it. As far as the actual building goes, we're going to be working on that today as well. I was able to gather quite a bit of log resources so we can get all that going, but I do need to get a few other materials. I want to try to get some bone blocks and a few other things as well that I want to try to mix in here. But what I think I'm going to do first here is I'm going to try to get that that waterfront over there worked out a little bit more. And I'm going to try to gather some more gravel and terracotta and stuff. Those are the last 2 things that I have to get. So I'm going to be working on that. But yeah, we are jumping right back into it. So I'm going to go work on that, and I will catch you guys in a bit. All right, so we have made quite a bit of progress on the waterfront over here. So if I fly out to the ship, we look back, you can see I was able to wrap this all the way up to the waterfall and all the way around right to this little dip that goes in. So all of this is done. I even redid this this kind of spike here. There was a beacon down there of mine that I forgot that I left there because I just covered it over. I thought I'd pulled it, but I hadn't. So we have an extra beacon now. I pulled it up because we don't really need it here. But yeah, so I think this looks really, really cool. And I think it adds a lot, especially when you're down here, like this cobblestone and stuff being here adds a lot to the kind of look. And when you're walking up here, walking through all these different colors, looks really cool as well. So I think this is a good choice to go with. I'm not sure how far to wrap it in. I don't know if I necessarily like pulling it in this far. I may push it back and just have it be on the cliff front rather than stretching into here, because I don't particularly like the way this looks. But if we head back over this way, I was able to get most of the materials we need. We got a shipment over here of stuff we're going to be selling. This is mostly selling materials, although there are a couple of building materials here. But I was able to get 3 stacks of every dye, of every glass color, terracotta, concrete, and wool. concrete's in here somewhere as well. So total we've got, I think it's 10 shulker boxes of stuff we can sell. The only thing I don't have is black ink. I need 3 stacks of black ink. I got enough black ink to dye all the other things that we had, but I didn't have enough for just black ink, because black ink is one thing in this game that is very difficult to get. Like, there's no easy way to get it. We're going to have to make a squid farm at some point, I think, but that's a future thing. But, so with all of that and with all of this wood that I've gathered as well, I think we are ready to start working on this project. Now, I don't think we're definitely not going to get the building built today, but I want to get the basement done. That's kind of my goal today. I want to get it up to this point. My plan for the shop is, I don't know about the actual building, but I want to have, as I said, all the wool stuff is free. The other materials cost a little bit. But out here, I also want to have 2 stalls, like 2 market stalls here and here, that sell special things. So I'm thinking one will sell banners, and that's where the actual like custom banners will go. We'll make some different designs and stuff and sell those to people. And then over here, I want to have one that sells like a random block of the week. And so every week I'll come in and I'll exchange that for a new block. It could be sandstone, it could be prismarine, it could be purpur. You know, it'll just be like a random thing that we do periodically. But as for down here, I need to do a couple of things. So first of all, the walls and the floor all need to be something else. And I have a couple of ideas, but I haven't decided on anything yet. And then the other thing is I need a way to get to all of the barrels. And I don't know what the easiest way to do that is. I was thinking about making some staircases, but how would you wind staircases through this in a way that made sense? I'm not entirely sure. Because I still want to be able to see all the way down. I don't want to block. Hello. That is terrifying. Yeah, you better walk away. That was creepy. I don't want to block the look, because I want you to be, I'm going to have glass up there, because I want you to be able to see all the way down through this. So I've got to find a way to be able to get into all of these barrels. That is not what I wanted to do. I'm going to have to fix that. Because right now I can't even reach like the second layer. If there was a block here, I'd be able to reach it, but I don't want to have to jump and do all that. I may do glass through here. Like maybe I'll do like just a layer of glass so you can see down through each layer. That could look pretty cool, actually. That's probably what I'll do. But I'm going to go work on trying to figure out what I want to do for the walls, trying to figure out what I want to do for this, and I'll probably come back when I've come up with a bit more of a plan. Alright, so I was able to get a lot more work done on the basement. That looks really cool from way up here. I added in all the glass floors. I got the walls lifted up to this point. There's a bit of a gap between the tops of these and where the actual floor is going to be. So I've got to figure out how I actually want to do this. Because I could keep going up, but then there's like this kind of weird, you know, like open space between. So I got to figure out what I want to do between there. But I think this is pretty cool. So I went with like a stripe pattern. So there's like these kind of diagonal things that wrap around, and they wrap kind of around the side and go down, and they meet here kind of at a bottom cross and over here at a top cross. And then I just use like the cut sandstone. So we have like, in this texture pack, we have regular sandstone, which is like a brick texture, like I've used over there. And then we have the cut sandstone, which just looks like stone brick. So I did a lot of that around. I think between that and the glass, it makes it look a lot brighter down here, which is definitely what I wanted. Also, no mobs will spawn because it's all glass. So, and I don't think they can spawn on redstone, although I could be wrong about that. I should look into that before I settle on this. But yeah, so the basement is pretty much done. As I said, there's a gap. I can figure out what to do with that. But I think for the most part, this side is done. I'm still going to add a staircase back here. Like I'm gonna add 2 elevators. I'm gonna add an up and a down because I think eventually I will do an item transporting system, perhaps. So I want to have like a bubble stream going up and down here. And then in the center, I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to add a staircase because I want like a natural way to get down. And then I'll have the bubble streams go up either side. I may do some sort of redstone contraption so there's always something going up and down through the bubble streams. I think that could be pretty cool. Maybe that's what I'll do down there instead. I'm not entirely sure yet. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out so far. I don't know what I'm going to do with this next. I gotta lay out like the actual foundations of the building and try to figure out where everything's gonna go and get placed. And like the general just kind of shape of the building and such. I think first I'm gonna work on trying to get the back of this cleaned up though, because I'd like to be done with kind of like the whole, if I can get it that far. And I'll try to work out what we're going to do between here, although I'm not entirely, I don't really have any ideas for that quite yet, so I'm going to figure that out. I was able to get the, I'll do a little overlay here, I was able to get the rest of the nether tunnel done, so that is completely finished, going all the way back to the nether hub entrance. I want to talk a little bit real quick before I continue off on that. I want to talk a little bit about like plans for the order of projects right now. So right now we obviously have 3 major projects. I've got the harbor here that I'm doing with Austin and Trent, and then we've got the nether base and the island. And I want to finish one of these projects. I want to finish the island. And I think we can head over there real quick. I want to get that done because I want to be able to work on other projects, and I feel like since I have 3 main projects going right now, I kind of am locked in to not starting anything new, which has been kind of frustrating me lately, so I want to try and get the island to a point where it is finished. The nether base, I'm waiting, as I've said, I think in a previous video, I'm waiting until 1.16 comes out, which should, as of this video going up, be just like a day away. Oh dear. Don't shoot me. Because we're going to change a lot of the blocks here. We're going to be mixing in some new blocks to the palette, so I don't want to... a lot of items on the ground here. I don't want to do any more building here until we figured out what it is we're doing with that. But for the island, I've decided on my stop point, my kind of ending goal. I want to have the top done. I want to have it decorated with all the different stuff we're going to do, which I have plans to fill most of this area and a little bit of this and something back over there to kind of make this area a little filled out. And then down here, I'm putting a hold on the decoration for the moment, and I'm solely going to focus on getting the farms done. Because this was never supposed to be like a base that I was going to come to very often. It was literally supposed to just be for farms. And I kind of got away. I let that get away from me. So we're going to try to set up the crop farms. The other 3 farms, I think there's 3 or 4 over there. There's 3. So that's 4. And then I want to set up a bee farm as well. And I think once we've done those... I want to set up a squid farm too. But that's less important, and that's like a future project. What is that line? Oh, it's just the map. So that's kind of my plan right now. I want to get in here and just start getting these things built. I may start doing live streams or something and just kind of come in and get like one of these built at a time. But yeah, I'm not going to focus on decorating this area at all because I'm really not too interested in worrying about that right now. I want to move on to some other stuff, and I feel like I need to get at least the farms done here to do that. So next episode, probably, we're going to work on some stuff up on the top here. We're going to take a little bit of a break from the harbor because I've been there for like 6 episodes in a row now. And we're going to work on trying to get a lot of this area over here filled up and perhaps one of these farms done. Because, yeah, I really just want to push to get this area kind of to a stopping point. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Once we get this island done, I'm not going to name specifics of what other projects I want to work on, but I do have some old stuff that I need to finish up. It'll give me a lot more time to focus on the Nether Hub and the harbor, I think, as well. But I'm going to go try and figure out those water elevators and see if I can get those up and running. And then once we're finished with that, I'll bring you guys back in, and that will probably be close to the end of the episode, but we will see. Okay, so I was able to get the basement finished up. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I really like this. I tried to make it as kind of colorful and fun as I could. But I'll go over this real quick. So on either side, I've got the water streams. For now, these are just elevators. So this one just goes down, the other one goes up. I don't have any items hooked up to them yet. I don't know if I will or not. But it would be very easy to just switch this to something that could support items going up and down. I've got a little kind of scaffolding thing going here just to get to each level. These are more for like get to the top, get to the bottom. And then I ended up just mirroring this exact pattern over here on this side. And on the sides over here, I did kind of like a more of a building looking thing. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of brick because I want to start incorporating brick. I want to incorporate brick into this building specifically because I really like the texture, especially for like this texture pack. I think it looks really cool. So hopefully I can find a good way to incorporate that in the actual building. And then I threw some lighting and stuff down here. So nothing too crazy on that front. I don't think I walked in here before. It looks pretty cool. But again, nothing going on in here. It's really just the glass pathways to get to all the different kind of wool boxes that are going on here on each level. And that is pretty much it for the basement. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have like kind of another floor here. Like I'll put glass over all of this and we'll have a floor here that's kind of half buried. So we'll probably have some little tiny window slits right here that you can look down into this bottom floor. And then there will be another floor. What would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably here. There will be another floor. And this will be the shop floor. So that way I can have kind of like a workspace down below. And that kind of solves our problem of this being a little too low to do anything with. But I think that will be pretty good. I think this is going to look pretty cool. And it looks crazy. And I want the whole building to look kind of like this. Like, it looks kind of like a candy store. And that's kind of the look I'm going for. And I think this looks really, really cool. Like, no matter where you look, like, there are tons of colors just everywhere. And it just looks so, so fun. So I want to kind of continue that theme going up. Of course, it can't look just crazy. Like, we have to tie it in and make it look like an actual building somehow. But with that in mind, I want to make it look as colorful as we possibly can. So, like, all the windows are going to be different colors. Like, it's going to be a little crazy going on up here. So I'm pretty excited to jump into that. But I have a lot of planning to do. And I think next episode we're going to take a short break from here while I work on kind of planning this building out. And we're going to be working over at the island. But before we end this episode off, I want to head over to the island and work on a little bit of a redstone thing that I want to try to figure out to get a cocoa bean farm running. Because I'm going to need cocoa beans is one of the things that I sell here. Or brown dye, rather. So I want to start getting that set up soon. So we're going to go work out the redstone for that. And then that will probably do it for this episode. But let's jump over to the island and get started on that. Okay, so I've come up with a little bit of a plan for the cocoa bean farm. We're going to have just like a wall that grows, because obviously cocoa beans are one of the things that you can't automate at all, because you have to place the cocoa beans each time. Like, it's not like cactus where you can get it to pop off. Like, you have to break it and place it. I think the cocoa bean farm is over here. Pumpkin. I think that's a melon. I think this is cocoa beans. Yeah. So this is going to be a little interesting, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the walls set up where we can come up and just press a button and it'll shift the whole wall and break all the cocoa beans off at once. And then we can just replant, and we'll come over and do that periodically. But I also want a little station set up where we can just like stand here and have it automatically harvest a bunch of cocoa beans. So I'm going to try to set that up here. I think the best way to do this... Okay, let's see. I think the best way to do this is do like this. So we have that, like that. So this is where we'll place the cocoa beans, just like that. And then we'll place a dispenser there and there, right? And then we'll have an observer right here. Break that. And then we'll run some redstone over the top. And so now, whenever we place this, the dispenser is going to trigger those. And what that's going to do, I should have gotten some... what's the word I'm looking for? Bone meal. I should have gotten some bone meal. Let's go grab some of that real quick. I think I should have some in here. I have 7. I think I have more. Let me think of it. I think I have more in here. Let's see. Okay. That, and then I'd also like a piece of glowstone to put over there, brighten this up a bit. And this isn't necessary, like we could just have it be the cocoa bean farm, but since we're trying to like run a shop that's going to sell this stuff, just in case we end up needing a lot of it, which I don't think we will, but on the off chance, I'd like to be able to have myself come over here and just stand here and harvest it. But what this is going to do is that. So you can see there, the dispenser, or the observer detects that I've placed a cocoa bean down, and then those trigger. Now the next thing we need to have happen is we need, not that, boop, like that. And then I want to have this run, uh-oh, did I not get enough redstone? I didn't get enough redstone. I've made mistakes. I thought I had what I needed, and I did not. Let's see here. I need a couple pieces of redstone and a repeater. Okay. I love having like a steady supply of rockets now because I can just fly everywhere. I've gone through about a stack just today alone. So what we can do is not that. What we can do is have this come down like this, and then I don't even think we need a repeater. I think I can just have it do that. And what this will do now, oh no, I remember why I put a repeater here. Hold on. I wanted to delay it slightly. Because what this is going to do now is that. Sweet, you can see that right there. It grows it instantaneously and then pops that off a split second afterwards. And what this allows for us to do is, where do we want to put the chest? Honestly, we'll probably put the chest down here. We'll probably make it a double chest. I think I can break that. We'll probably end up making it a double chest, but for now we'll leave it as a single. And then we will just have that run into there. And this way I can stand here, and I can put like a stack in my inventory, and then I can just stand here. And it'll do this. And we can let it run for a second. We'll run through what I have in my inventory right now. See how much we got there. 32. Nice. So if I start with 32, let's go through 8. 1. Get down to 24. It was going really fast there for a second. I felt like something broke. No, 21. Yeah, so it's pretty much tripling whatever we put into it. Let's see, we would have 24. I did 8. Oops. Oh dear. So I would have gotten 24 from that. Yeah. Sweet. So it just triples it every time that we right click with that. And this will get us a lot of cocoa beans really fast. So we'll probably just set one of these up. I may not even set it up here. I may set it up as its own little thing back here or something and just have this one be the actual massive cocoa bean farm. And the way that we're going to do the big cocoa bean farm is I want to just have a bunch of walls that I can go through and place. They'll probably only be about 4 blocks tall because I don't want it to be too hard to reach. Once they all grow, we'll just come over here and like press a button on this side or something, maybe right here. And it'll just, a row of pistons on the bottom will push it up, and then a row of pistons on top will push it back down. And it'll just kind of quickly shift the whole wall. And then we can step in and go back through and place all of the cocoa beans. Which is probably something we'll work on next episode. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Something we'll work on next episode when we're back here at the island. But yeah, that is going to do it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm glad to be back into it. I am going to try to start streaming a little bit more. Normally I don't mention this stuff in my videos, but I'm going to try to get back into it and get a lot of progress done. I'm going to mention it. There's a link in the description to my Twitch channel. And you can follow, I think it's following on there. You can follow me on there and get notified of when I go live, because I'm going to try to do especially a lot of the island work kind of on there off camera. You won't see that stuff in videos, so if you want to check that stuff out, you will need to follow me on there. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.